Here, we have a door which can be used to demonstrate player whitelisted doors. Player-only doors can be done with multiple ways, but in this video I will show the collision groups method, which is one of the easiest and most used ones. From the collision groups editor, which you can access from the model tab, you can see that I have two collision groups which are called allowed player and door. These are the collision groups which will be used. Door is for the door, and allowed player is for the character of allowed players. Door's collision group can be set directly, but player character will need a bit of scripting. We start with a function which has the core idea of this. In first loop, we get characters descendants and check if they are a base part. Base part means any instances based on a part such as mesh parts, regular parts, or any other upcoming part-based instances. Once we are sure that the instance is a part, we set its collision group to allowed players. Next is an event for descendant added on the player character. This is really important to add because players can hold tools which can get them stuck, or simply have parts which load after the loop has passed. When a new descendant gets added, with the same procedure, we check if it's a part, and if so, we change its collision group. This next part really depends on your whitelist method. You may prefer some group ranks if it's for a game where staff will enter somewhere, or you may also check for a game pass ownership. In this example I just check if user ID is -1, which is the first server test player. With that, we can see how this works in a local server test. Left side there's player 1, which is the whitelisted player, and on the other side there's player 2, which won't be able to pass the door. As demonstrated, player 2 will not be able to pass the door, but the player which is whitelisted can pass the door, because the character's collision group won't collide with the door. However, since this is something related with physics and most of the character physics are calculated locally, this is very vulnerable to exploits. This means, like any other thing in game design, you should always do some checks on server side if you will use this kind of stuff for things like staff-only areas. As demonstrated, client can just change their character's own collision group to pass this door. That was it for this video. Hope you understood. See you in another one.